Peace and abundance, billionaires. It's your girl Deanna Diaz, business coach, consultant, entrepreneur. And today I just really want to talk to y'all about working a 9 to 5 while operating your business. Okay. Besides working for yourself full time, this is one of the most difficult things that you will ever do. And the reason why I say that, and I'm just talking to you like it's just me and you right now because this is real. I've been working my 9 to 5. I got back into the government sector back in 2017. Prior to that, I took about a year or two off and I was doing a lot of things on my own. But to personal reasons, I had to get back into the working force. All right. But prior to that, I've always worked my business doing a 9 to 5. I opened my boutique while I was doing my 9 to 5. And running a business, period, is not for the weak. It is definitely not for the weak. You definitely have to have discipline. Motivation is not always going to come when you need it to be available. You have to literally dig deep. That's why the phrase dig deep, that's not a cliche. That's real talk. You really have to dig deep to get into the things that you need to be getting to and going after the things that you need to be going after when you run your business. All right. So for me, one of the things I learned the hard way was knowing when to get my rest. I've gone through a lot of days where I drugged because I was super tired from working all the way up until 4 a.m. Somebody real close to me, I used to video chat this person on a daily, and he would see me falling asleep at my computer. Literally falling asleep on my computer, and he's like, take your A word to bed. And he had to say it 3-4 times for it to register for me to do that. And then I call myself waking up in the morning on the nights that I didn't have my daughter. Then I would try to go to the gym in the morning before going to work, and I got to be to work before 8 a.m. So tell me, how productive was I really by not getting the rest that I needed, right? Thinking that I'm going to work real hard, grind all night, and did not be productive during the day. Then, catch up on sleep when I get off of work. Or if I did have my daughter on those days, I still got to tend to her because I'm still a mom. I got to cook. I got to clean. I got to make sure things are done. You know what I mean? So I had to learn when to get my rest. And I also had to learn proper time management. Time management is a huge thing. Sometimes we don't go along the guidelines that we set for ourselves all the time. But if you make a plan, you write it down. So, okay, 6 to 7, stretching, reading, tea, breakfast, whatever the case may be. All right. 7 to 8, get myself ready, hygiene, go to work, depending on, how far you live. Me, I'm only about 20 minutes away from my job. Okay. I work all day. I take some time at work, my smoke breaks, and work on my business, or I read a reference book, and I work on my stuff during lunch if I'm not too tired and taking a nap during lunch, because that happens too. Let's keep it real. I have the luxury of taking a nap at work during my lunch because I'm in a private office and I can lock and cover the window to the door. Okay. And that's just me keeping it real. But I definitely work on my business during my lunchtime because that time belongs to me. All right. I don't plan on working my 9 to 5 forever. That's just not going to happen. I actually had a deadline that I gave myself for when I was going to give up my job. Off topic, but one of the reasons why I haven't left my job yet is because of my health benefits. I get paid very well at my job. That's not to say that I can't make that on my own, because I know that I very much well can make more than what I'm making. But the benefits of my job are amazing. I have benefits for my daughter and I. Vision, dental, health, all of that there. I pay top tier out of my check per month to make sure I have the best healthcare. And then it covers so much. So I'm looking for healthcare options. Feel free to drop that down in the comments. If you got some leads for me, some suggestions, I'll gladly check it out. But however, now to get back on topic, working a 9 to 5, discipline. I always say that I grew up in the military, right? Because I went in the Army when I was 17 years old. 16 going on 17 years later, I'm still part of the Army Reserves, okay? They didn't make me into a new person. It definitely did help make me into a better person. And that's real talk. It doesn't do that for everybody. Experiences may differ. But for me, anything that I involve myself in, or anything that I'm a part of, I try to really involve myself in. I like to get the most out of what the situation presents me. And if I gotta wake up and do PT in the morning, I'm gonna do my best to put 120% or 200% into PT, physical training, in the morning or whenever we do it. If there's classes, all that beeping. But if there's classes that's being offered, I'm taking those classes. You know what I mean? And anything that's being taught to me, I really take all that in, because it's going to do nothing but help me and benefit me in the long run. All right. So as far as discipline goes, yeah, I did take a lot of the discipline from the military. I already had self-discipline. My mother rarely had to say anything to me growing up. I mostly did what I was supposed to do when I was supposed to do it. I just had an issue with curfew because I wanted to stay out all night. However, I always kind of had self-discipline, but it was really fine-tuned discipline. And a way for you to get that discipline for yourself is to really monitor yourself and hold yourself accountable. I'm not going to sit here and say that having an accountability partner is not useful or beneficial, because they are, but at the same time, that person is not you. It's not you. All right? What that person does or doesn't do is not really going to affect you. It's all up to you. What you want to put into it, what you want to get out of it. You're only going to get out of it as much as you put into it. That's why you see people that go to the gym consistently so they can get the results that they want. And you can see those results, okay? People who are in, people who practice their craft as far as music or anything like that, they get the most out of it. They sound better, they look better, and they do better because they put in 200% on a consistent basis. And that's what you have to do. That's just it. That's just all. 1 + 1 is going to equal 2 all the time. All right. There's no magic pill. There's no magic focus. Anything. It's all up to you. All right. And another thing with running your business while working a 9-to-5 is don't let your job stress you out. I'm sorry. I have to say it. Don't let your job stress you out. Don't feel guilty for running a business outside of your job, regardless of what the job is. As long as you're not breaking the do not compete clause or anything like that, then don't worry about your job. All right. Do not let them people stress you out, because if something happened to you today, you'll be replaced by next week. Those are just facts. You'll be replaced. All right. So you're not here to, especially if you're on this entrepreneur journey, you're not here to break your neck for anybody else. If you are on this journey and you are for real with this journey, you're not here to break your neck for anybody else. You're here to do for you, provide for who you provide for, and give back. That is it. That is all. So, and another thing, stop being afraid to take opportunities during hours of work. I'm not saying do the wrong thing, but what I'm saying is, if you have an opportunity that may take you out of town for your job, or if there's like important meetings that can benefit you and your business, take some of that PTO. Take a day of annual leave. Take a day of leave. Call off appropriately so that you can handle business. There is nothing wrong with that. Do not feel guilty about that. Do not feel guilty about that at all. All right? That's just real talk. I learned a lot about working 9-to-5s while running a business. I also learned that People will tell you not to quit your job, especially if you get good benefits. They'll be like, oh, don't quit your job. That's crazy. Like, there's people that really believe, because they don't have the type of mindset that we do. All right. And it's not their fault. Their mamas and daddies grew up working. Their grandmas and granddads grew up working. Everybody around them working. That's all they knew. You graduate from high school, you get a job. You graduate from high school, go to college, and get a job. That's just the cycle that some people are on, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you know that you're an entrepreneur, you want to end up doing this full time, you cannot listen to that. Have a plan in place if that's something that you want to do and you don't want to continue to work the 9 to 5. All right. So this is my little spiel, my little freestyle video of how I work a 9 to 5. The biggest things to take away from that is to know when to get my rest, know where my breaking point is, learn effective time management, at least have a guide, something I can go off. I'm real checklist person. I make checklists like every single day. And then it's good for you to write it down. You don't have to get complex as I do, but it's definitely good to write it down, what you're going to do, when you're going to do, and how you're going to do it. That helps keep you on track. Don't listen to your friends at work when they try to question you about why you want to quit your job. That's because you see the opportunity, you see the potential in better. All right. And as long as you keep a good working relationship, a healthy relationship with your bosses and managers, there may be a way that you could come back if you fall short. Don't be ashamed to go back to your job if something happened. All right. That's why you don't burn bridges. Always do it the proper way. Don't go singing, chucking and jiving in your boss's office. Handing them your pink slip. All right. No WB Frog song and dance with the pink slip. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all, because there's a lot of people who are looking down on people who work 9 to 5s and run their business just because they're a full-time entrepreneur and they don't work. Like, a lot of them are looking down on us 9 to 5ers and entrepreneurs. And like I said, this is one of the hardest jobs, especially if you have a family. I have a daughter. This is one of the hardest things that you can do. So don't let nobody make you feel bad or down about it, okay? Because we're doing this for a purpose, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. All right. But I want to know how you feel about this video down below. I want to know about you working your 9 to 5 while working your business at the same time. What works for you? Because what works for you may work for somebody else. Everything that I said may not work for some people. All right. Do you work third shift or second shift and you still run your business? Let me know how that works for you. Share your experience with me. I appreciate you, and make sure that you're following me on TikTok. I have a TikTok now. I've had it for quite some time, but I'm actually being more consistent, instilling that discipline, okay? I'm being more consistent with that, and I'll put that in the description bar below as well for you to check out. But I'm really happy that you came back today to check out my videos. Make sure you check out my other videos, and let me know what you like to see. DM me on Instagram and all that good stuff. It'll all be in the description bar. But other than that, peace and abundance, D Nation, and I'll see you next time.